Why is Trump suddenly attacking Republican rivals? Here we go again. 7 years ago, Donald Trump was feuding with the Rupert Murdoch conservative media empire and launching ruthless attacks against a Florida governor who many Republicans had anointed their leading presidential contender. The real estate magnate was then the ultimate outsider, seeking to tear down the political establishment left and right on his path to the White House. Mr. Trump achieved that goal and spent a tumultuous 4 years as president, but a chaotic end to his term in office and 2 years out of the spotlight have left him lobbing bombs from the political sidelines once more. Now it's Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, not ex-Governor Jeb Bush, who is the prime target of Mr. Trump's resentment. And while the ex-president still has allies at Fox News, its coverage has treated Mr. Trump like an afterthought, and the Murdoch-run New York Post and Wall Street Journal appear to be on a vendetta against their former hometown celebrity. According to anonymous insider reports, Mr. Trump still harbors presidential ambitions and is leaning toward announcing another presidential bid from his Mar-a-Lago home next Tuesday. After this week's disappointing midterm results for Republicans, where Mr. Trump's hand-picked candidates struggled to win key races, the former president's advisors are counseling him to wait for the dust to settle. Instead, with his Thursday social media posts and evening press release diatribe against Mr. DeSantis, Mr. Murdoch's News Corp and all his critics, Mr. Trump seems intent on throwing that dust in his enemies' eyes. He called his Florida rival an average Republican governor with great public relations and made explicit the parallels to his first presidential bid. In 2016, Mr. Trump lashed out at prominent figures within his own party with no restraint: presidential rivals Mr. Bush, Ben Carson, Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio, as well as Arizona Senator John McCain. He didn't need the respect or support of Republican leaders and wore their scorn as a badge. At the time, those leaders feared Mr. Trump would be a disastrous standard-bearer, that he would sink the party and doom them to defeat. Mr. Trump won the White House anyway, but after this week and the Republican midterm rout in 2018 and Mr. Trump's 2020 re-election defeat, his party's elders are once again getting skittish. In 22 we're going to net lose governorships, we're not going to pick up the number of seats in the House that we thought, and we may not win the Senate despite a president who has 40% job approval, said Chris Christie, the former New Jersey governor who ran against and later endorsed Mr. Trump for president in 2016. There's only one person to blame for that, and that's Donald Trump. There are new twists to the story this time around, however. Although the top of the party and its big-money donor base may want to move on from the ex-president, the grassroots infrastructure of the Republican Party is run by those faithful to Mr. Trump.